we're using a very, very informal mode of camera movement in this particular thing. So, we were just doing this thing. By the way, I just want to tell you something about Burning Man. They say that Burning Man is all about getting there and it's about leaving. See, it's not just about there. Right now they're probably burning the guy, or they might not. There was a high winds warning today. They said if it's really high winds, they may postpone it. Otherwise, they're going to burn tonight, despite the high winds. And tomorrow they'll burn the cathedral. That's usually this big edifice that they put together out of whatever. Last year I think it was something crystal, and they still burned it at the end of everything. And I actually, my personal opinion, from maybe a little older perspective, is that at about $12 or $13 million a year that they bring in the ticketing, and whatever they pay to Bureau of Land Management and all these agencies that follow the Burning Man people around to make sure that no incidents were at hand or whatever, they should really go buy their own land. It seems to me like they're past the point where they could actually have some permanence. This idea of Tibetan impermanence and Buddhist, woo-woo, is great. However, would you burn down Disneyland, every week just because you're done with it, It's sort of like Burning Man is getting to be like a Disneyland every year. And all these people come and do the Disneyland thing. We were just talking about the cliche, the fact that people have this sort of the way they look. You see guys wearing like kilt skirts, or like I saw a couple of guys today wearing like open, clothing, like you would at a Highlander, and they're all covered with dust, of course, And as I was saying to Karen here, right, that I don't need, where I live in Georgia, every weekend is like that, because that's what my house looks like. If you just walk through my house, you get covered with dust. So, or if I go to Savannah now has 8,000 art students, and any weekend is sort of like the last weekend of Burning Man minus the burn. In other words, they don't burn something down, but basically everything else is about the same. So, okay, this is the, we're going to do this thing with the bananas here. This is the gunslinger of the future. Okay, this is the Art Army gunslinger, okay? Raw! Okay, all right, we got you. You're on the dole now. Oh my God, it says dole. See, I used to live in Hawaii, and they make dole there. Dole is also an English slang term for being on welfare.
I see.
I see, which also stands for intensive care, where I was just 3 weeks ago. So I know what it's like. As John Wayne said, anybody can quit smoking. It takes a man to face cancer.
And
little camera shot.